What up, everybody? It's Soncerae here, and yeah, you can't see me. And the reason why you can't see me is because I can't figure out this stupid camera for some reason. I don't know why it won't cut on. It could just be my laptop. But it's good that you guys can't see me anyway because I have on like this mask. You know, like the skin peel type of thing. I have that on right now. So I don't really want you guys to see me anyway. So I know the title of this video, I will never leave my husband. Cheating is not a deal breaker. I know that that sounds crazy as hell upon first reading it, but the reason why I titled this video that, this live stream that, is because I was going onto Facebook yesterday. You guys know how much I love going onto Facebook because my Facebook friends are genuinely like my friends and I've known them for a very, very long time. So anytime they say anything, it is extremely comical to me what they have to say. So a friend of mine named Roger Hill, he posted this question on Facebook, and it says, ladies and fellas, how long did you stay in your relationship or marriage after learning of your mate cheating? And a lot of people were like, well, I stayed for a year, or I stayed for 6 years, I stayed for 9 years, 3 months. Some people were like, listen, I only stayed 5 minutes because right after that, I filed for divorce. And so I got to start thinking, you know, myself, what would I do if I found out that my husband was cheating? Just recently, I told everybody that I was on my way down the aisle, and you know, it was extremely interesting to me that my husband, my soon-to-be husband, does not cheat. And anyone who has known me for many, many years, you've known that, or have been watching me for many, many years, you've known that I've actually been polyamorous for a long time. For those of you that don't know what polyamorous means, polyamorous is just responsible non-monogamy. It's very ethical, and everyone is very honest about what they do and who they do it with, and everybody just knows who each other is. So that's what I've been doing for many, many years. And the reason why I decided to do that within the past 6 to 10 years is because I had been getting cheated on so much before that. Like, I was like, every single relationship I've been in, I've been cheated on. So it's time for me to reevaluate myself, also reevaluate the nature of relationships. So I decided, well, let me just try some alternative lifestyles and see how other people handle their relationships and see if, you know, I may like something like this. Now, I'm not a jealous-hearted person. I'm not, you know, I don't think my vagina is the only vagina in the world that's brilliant. I'm not, you know, I'm just not one of those types of females that, I don't know, I'm just really not pressed. You know what I mean? And always want to be married and like, nigga, you gotta be with only just me and fuck that, fuck that. So anyway, as I saw my homeboy post this asking people how long they stay after cheating, I said, well, for me, I'd wait to try to see what made him make the decision to cheat on me to begin with, because vows are for better or worse. So I need to see to us first before I just simply walk away from my marriage like that. I mean, when you make this vow in front of God and your family, and you sign all of these contracts and you move in together and you start meshing your life together, trying to suddenly separate it simply because of a couple of mistakes, or whether it's a huge mistake or a tiny mistake, you really got to think about this really hard before you just walk off. Now, that's just my opinion. That doesn't mean everybody's going to be that way. So when I posted that, as a response to this guy asking everyone how long did they stay after their mate cheated, a woman goes on and she tells me, you know, she used to think like that. Telling her, you know, yeah, I didn't invest into my marriage for nothing. We about to figure this thing out unless he wants to be single. And so she says to me, she's very skeptical of men. Somewhere between meeting up with the woman and going all the way through with having sex with her, where did he think of her at? Of his wife at? When you're cheating on your wife, fellas, if you're cheating on your wife, okay, or your girlfriend, between the time you met the woman that you're cheating on your wife with versus the time you had sex with her, when through all of that did you start thinking about your wife, and what could this possibly hurt your wife? And so this is what the woman is saying to me. She's saying, if you feel that way about me, no matter what the reason is, that's a sign that you may care and love me, but you you're obviously not in love with me anymore. Now, I have an aunt and uncle who has been married for like 30 plus years, and they always tell me that marriage is a cycle. It's you love each other one minute and you hate each other the next, and you love each other one minute and you hate each other the next, and you fall in love one minute and you fall out of love the next minute, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Me, I don't know. I've never been married, so I can't really say that I know. I told this woman, that's the problem with most women. You know, women forget that men do not think how women do. Men cheat for reasons that may not be logical to women or right to women. It doesn't mean that you are any less of a woman in his eyes. Sometimes when men are overwhelmed with feelings, they direct their feelings onto another woman in the form of meaningless sex sometimes. It's not a behavior that's directed towards the woman that they are with. To this woman, and she's like, well, I can see your point and it's a good one. I'm a pro man ride or die kind of woman, you know. She says my husband now can validate that, and she said she's learned from personal experience that it's a very slippery slope when you start giving men a pass to cheat. Now, here's where the conversation gets a little interesting, because even though me and this woman even though me and this woman on, you know, whether or not we should leave a marriage if our husband is cheating, to assume, and this is the problem that most women have. You're assuming because I'm saying I'm not going to leave my husband that I'm simply going to accept the fact that he's cheated on me or he's cheating. That's not the case with me. Just because I want to understand my husband's behavior doesn't mean I accept it. I will give him the opportunity to explain to me what possessed him to do such a thing. I was polyamorous for many years before he came along. I've always given the men in my life the chance to do whatever they want to do as long as I was aware. I can't do lies. I'm not the jealous type, and I know that men participate in recreational sex often. So if we have agreed to be monogamous, I want to understand what made him break his word. Okay, forget the act of him having sex with another woman. That's child's play to me, because I've been cheated on so many times. And, you know, being inside of the swingers lifestyle or being polyamorous, I've seen men have recreational sex and with women they, you know, claim they don't have feelings for. And even with this era of people that's walking around right now, the single people telling everybody to have sex with each other without feelings, that's all in the music. Like, I was on Pandora the other day. I was driving somewhere and I clicked on Pandora and put my Bluetooth on, and suddenly I hear Trey Songz station. And on the Trey Songz station, I heard August Alsina, I heard Trey Songz, I heard a whole bunch of other artists, and all of their music was talking about how they want to fuck women and not catch feelings. What people, single people, are doing, you know, casually with each other. How come people look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them at one point in my life I was polyamorous? Or people look at polygamy, people who have more than one wife or husband, like they're crazy. You know, when single people are walking around saying, hey, let's have sex without feelings, it's normal, evidently, if it's so many people, you know, promoting this type of behavior or glamorizing this type of behavior. Not to say to me I actually think it's the right kind of behavior. But for me, it's helped me not be as hurt inside of a situation when I give men the opportunity to just tell me the truth about what they're doing versus lying to me. Because it isn't the act. It isn't the act of cheating that bothers me. It isn't a man going out here having recreational sex that's bothering me. It's my friend lying to me, sneaking around, disappearing, not showing up where he's supposed to be because he's out somewhere, you know, hiding, you know, keeping all of these secrets and junk. That's the problem for me. So to me, marriage is not some type of deal breaker. What I would want to know is what will possess my husband to break his word, to lie to me or manipulate me into believing he is happy or satisfied in our marriage. Entertaining another woman is not a deal breaker for me. However, breaking my trust is. So we need to figure out, is he going to do what he can do to get it back, or would he prefer to be divorced? And I'll never just walk away from someone I love, because when I love someone, I love all of him, even his mistakes. And there is nothing in this world that can't be fixed as long as we're both still breathing. You see what I'm saying? So some stuff is just petty to me. And so as I'm saying this, And those of you who may have tuned in kind of late, I'm talking about a Facebook message where, not a message, but a post a guy put up on how long would it take them to leave someone that they found out was cheating on them. And so this guy says after I posted that, I wouldn't just walk away from my husband. I would try to figure out, what's going on first before I just decide to jet out. He says, because you were in a polyamorous, God, I don't know. I think it's hard for me to talk with this mask on. It's like make your face stiff because I got on like this peel. Anyway, so it's like hard to talk through it. So he says, because you were in a polyamorous relationship, your thinking is different. Most women just see the cheating and not the behavior or the reason they chose to lie to you. I have been partial to the polyamorous lifestyle, so I respect your mindset. A good friend of mine's wife sat me down and told me that I should always be truthful with the woman that I'm with. That way, there is never a misunderstanding about what's going on. And if I want to continue to be in the lifestyle, I need to find a woman who is willing to do so as well. So this is all about lifestyle choices, decisions that you make, good decisions, bad decisions. What's the best way to be inside of a relationship in general? Because nowadays things are so different. It's not back in the day anymore where marriages stuck together. People were together for 30 and 40 years and junk like that. Because back then, divorce used to be like this really ugly thing people used to, really, really disagree with. And even though men were still cheating back then, women were still cheating back then, more people were more comfortable with hiding it. Nowadays, these side chicks are starting to get real, real bold. And these men that are cheating are starting to get much more stupid because they're starting to let side chicks and shit videotape them, take pictures. They started going out on public places with these side chicks, doing all kinds of shit, wondering why they keep getting caught. People are very, very just, I don't know, careless in regards to their situations. Like I remember just recently on Instagram, Benzino's little side chick. Y'all know Benzino from Love and Hip Hop. This little side chick had posted a video of him like basically literally like kissing her ass while she was putting something in her microwave. And she was just getting on his wife like, the reason why he can't pay for child support is because he been spending money on me, taking me on trips and shit. And I'm like, this bitch is bold as hell to be able to feel comfortable with putting that shit on social media for the entire world to see. So the world is different nowadays. And I think the internet has a lot to do with that. The internet gives you more access to a whole bunch of people. People have not understood the lives of entertainers and celebrities and stuff. They always talk about celebrities and entertainers and stuff being extremely promiscuous and jumping from person to person to person. It's because they have more options. They have more access to people. So I believe when the internet came around and all this social media stuff and these dating sites, it gave people the opportunity to reach out and, meet people, new people, or talk to people that they used to go to high school with or used to go to college with. And now you can cheat on your new person with your old person because y'all sneaking around, y'all done found each other on the internet. So to me, it's different. I know for sure what works better than cheating and lying is to simply just go out there and tell the person that you're with what you're doing. My husband is not polyamorous, not even close. My daughter's father is not even polyamorous. And when me and my future husband, when he met me, I was honest about my past relationships and the sexual attractions that I may have had to other men that weren't him. And he was shocked. I was so honest. He told me he had never met a woman like that before. And I was surprised so many women had lied to him about their sexual desires. Because I feel like if I'm going to be extremely sexual, to do some experimenting, or if I want to have some type of threesomes and stuff, I'm going to like tell my husband. Like I'm going to tell the person I'm with. I'm not going to sneak behind their back and try to do this old kinky, freaky, sneaky little shit behind their back with somebody I claim I don't care about. So, that's the situation that most people are getting into it about. So, if I'm your wife, your best friend, your lover, we should be able to talk about anything, with family. I don't like to paralyze people. I will tell you where I stand and leave it up to you to decide how you want to deal with me from that point on. always be truthful with your woman, you'll get more respect and probably what you want, even if it's casual sex. If casual sex is even all that it is. And don't be disappointed if a woman tells you no to some casual sex. People want to manipulate situations to get the outcome desired from a specific person when they can just not go through all that, tell the truth, and find a person who will be comfortable with the arrangement. And I can honestly say I didn't think like this initially because, like I said, I was getting cheated on like crazy initially in my first couple of relationships. You know, before the age of like 33, I was getting cheated on like crazy. And it wasn't until like I met the guy that I'm with now that he is absolutely not doing it. He feels like I don't have to be in a relationship with you. This is a choice. So if I feel like I don't want to be with you, I'm not going to turn around and just cheat on you. I'm just going to leave you and be with somebody else. So to me, that's more logical than sticking with me and, you know, cheating on me. And he's very serious. And I was shocked that he even had that type of mindset, because usually men don't think like that. They think, oh, I'm gonna just have her and this. But at this, you men have to realize, if you even want to cheat on your woman to begin with, it's something that's lacking inside of your relationship. Maybe it's your feelings, maybe you don't like the sexual experience, maybe you bored, maybe it could be a number of things wrong with the situation. But it's like, why even stay in the situation? You know, if it's that bad to where you feel you gotta sneak out, you to leave. And so that's the type of mindset my soon-to-be husband has. So, and after I got cheated on enough, I had to analyze relationships and take a deeper look. And I started chilling out and trying alternative lifestyles. And a lot of people judge me for that, but it just made a lot more sense to me than to keep getting inside of these relationships where I was cheated on. So, title of this live stream, it says, I will never leave my husband. Cheating is not a deal breaker. It's not the act of recreational sex or having a side piece that's the problem for me. The problem is my husband lying to me. And I need to understand why my friend or someone like that consider lying to me about something like that, omission or anything like that. So let's see. I am going to look. Hold up. I'm going to look at my comments because I have not looked in the chat yet. I'm going to look in the chat and try to read. You know, you guys know I love reading the chat. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta look on my phone. Let me see if I can look. Let me see if I can look on my computer, because for some reason I haven't figured out yet. What is this about? You guys need to tell me, is cheating the deal breaker for you? Because I know for me, it's just not even that deep. Like, I'm not even, I don't know. I just don't think I care. Let me see. I won't say I don't care. I just am not, I don't know. Live chat. Here I come. Oh shit, I done clicked on the wrong shit. Okay. Let's see. Live chat. Clarence Ray, what's up? King Ezekiel, how you doing? Mr. Mayweathers, what's up? Are you saying you saw my post like that? Son of L, what's up? Saltina, show that ass. Sorry, I can't show that ass right now. But yeah, cheating. Son of L, yes, for me, cheating is a deal breaker. If you have to cheat, just leave, period. You know, that makes sense. If you feel like you gotta lie, then leave. You know, it's not even that deep. But yeah, so you let me know in the comment section. Make sure you donate. I'm gonna try to put the link in the comment description box once this video is uploaded, no longer as a live stream. I'm gonna make sure I do that. Please be sure to visit me at www.bmagmobile.com. Follow me on Instagram at Soncerae_XO. Okay. If you have any video suggestions or relationship questions, you can email me at soncerae@gmail.com. Okay. So yeah. I think it's too early. I think I'm doing a live stream kind of early. Like, who does live streams 9 a.m. on a Thursday? Like, it just turned 10 and I'm over here doing a live stream. Like, what? But what I was asking Son of L is, would you leave? Or would you would you leave your wife, or would you ask your wife why? Like, would you try to understand first before you leave, or you would just leave? Because I know for me, I want to understand first. Doug, it's not cheating if it's allowed. Yeah, it's not cheating if it's allowed. It's only cheating if you're lying about what you're doing, your whereabouts. I'm not even in a situation where I allow my husband to do anything, because we already made an agreement to do something monogamous. But if he decided to change his mind and didn't sit down and have a conversation with me about it first, then I'll be a little worried. Let's see. Sydney, have you seen or read Fences? That story literally makes my head hurt. I've never seen or read Fences. What's Fences? Who cheats more between men and women to you? I think men and women equally cheat. I don't think that one cheats more than the other. I think it's more acceptable for men to cheat, but I think women cheat as well. We just better at hiding it. Like, we're more, because the pressure is put on us to be, the type of woman that doesn't do that. I know a lot of American women actually internalize a man's cheating. Like, men tend to make American women believe they are the reason why to cheat. But I think men cheat because they want to, because even if you are inside of a relationship where you're being treated unfairly, it's still your choice whether you can leave or not. You know what I'm saying? Son of L, nothing to ask. If we are married or together, we have talked about cheating and what that means to me. So if she's done, there is nothing to understand for me anyway. So if she's done it, okay, you're saying if she has cheated, there's nothing for you to understand. Nah, because like I said, if you were watching earlier, I was talking about how marriage is cycles. I mean, when you think about this, a decade is a long time. If you've been married to somebody for 10 years, imagine how much you've changed in those 10 years. I know I can look at who I was last year myself, because I've learned some lessons and experienced some things. So you never know what you can experience during a marriage that will make you change who you are as a person, or things could happen inside of the relationship to make you look at stuff different. So to me, if my partner knows how I feel about cheating, and he's heard me talk about this before, and we have to circle back to this conversation, and he might think differently. That's why I think couples need to have that conversation like at least every 6 months, because even who I was 6 months ago is different from who I am now, because I learned so much. Terry Jones, when can I come see your sexy ass? You can't. I am engaged. Okay. Sydney, the movie with Denzel and Viola. Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't go see that movie. Okay, tell me about it. You can spoil it. Tell me about it, because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to see that. You saying cheating is not a deal breaker for you? Explain why. Sonabelle, that's why communication yeah. That's why communication in a relationship is key. Yeah, it's key. Communicating all of the time. That's why I said you need to have this conversation every 6 months. Mayweather, so what do women do to hide cheating better? People say that, but does it mean they are smarter? That makes me nervous as a man. Well, it should make you nervous as a man. Because, okay, put it like this. There's a lot of things that men do that is so sloppy in regards to cheating. Like I said a minute ago, these side chicks are getting very bold. Men who are cheating on their wives, they're getting stupid because they're letting these side chicks film them, take pictures of them, post them up. They going to public places with these chicks. Man, if I was cheating on somebody, those three things are the last things I would be doing. I would never use my credit card for nothing. I will always use cash for everything. As far as, if people who cheat get hotels all the time, if I was getting a hotel, I would use a prepaid card instead of my own, like a disposable card. That stuff stay on your statements, and if the person that you with look through your statements, they gonna know. I will always delete text messages. I would never keep them. I would never keep pictures. None of that. Men do that. They leave that stuff in their phone. They change their behavior, because a lot of times when men cheat, they change their behavior towards their partner. Don't change your behavior, because women, when we notice that there's a change in your behavior, especially if we've been looking at you every day, damn near we know when something is different. Y'all get real cocky and hard to deal with when y'all cheating. So women, we just act the same. You know what I mean? Like, we see you, you do something that make us want to cheat, we'll look at you and not even change a damn moment, not even miss a motherfucking step. You should be worried. You should be worried. I tell men all the time, women, you need to be worried about the women that you're with, because I'm in Atlanta. It's hard for me to even keep girlfriends because the advice these women have given me about men. Like, they tell me to treat men like shit. They tell me to cheat on men. They tell me to have more than one man. And I'm looking at them like, why would you, as a single person, why would you tell me that? Is it your end game to eventually be inside of a situation? Because you're not gonna be a damn thought forever. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to do that forever. That shit starts to get tiring, and don't nobody want to do that forever. So your end game should be at least to have one friend that you can, do something with, build some type of something with. So why would that be your advice to me? You know? Okay. Zorro, it is not a deal breaker only in a marriage. Leaving every time someone cheats contradicts the very idea of commitment. You vow to stay through thick and thin. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, if I made this promise to my husband, for better or for worse, then why would I just leave the second he cheats? Not to say that I'm accepting the fact that he's cheating on me, but we need to sit down and have a conversation, because we made some vows. Okay, we decided that we was going to do this through anything. So what do you need inside of our marriage in order to get you to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing with other women? Like, what are you going through on a personal level that ain't got nothing to do with me that has you cheating? Because I said a minute ago, people cheat because they want to. It isn't your fault. You know what I mean? They cheat because that's their choice. You don't control the decisions people make. Mayweather's, have you cheated? Yes, I have. I cheated when I was 19. I learned my lesson early. I'm 37 now. I cheated on my daughter's father when I was 19. I learned my lesson, and I never did it again. Like, I never did it again, because, and you know what, being 19 and cheating, it kind of makes sense. You young, you stupid, you don't know. But, now I would never do nothing like that, because I don't need to. I've been polyamorous. That was the point of polyamory. That was the point. And, before that, before I was polyamorous, in 2010 is when I decided to be polyamorous. So before that, I kept getting in these relationships, and these niggas just kept cheating on me like crazy, like over and over and over. So I was like, well, okay, let me try to figure out something else. Son of L, men don't feel like they have to. Women are more forgiving because they chalk it up to men cheat. I don't think that women, we chalk it up to the fact that men just cheat. I think society has, made us understand that, men they just do things different. Like, men are different from women. And I said this in a previous video where I said men can ejaculate and get 20 women pregnant in 1 year, but a woman can only get pregnant one time a year. So that lets you know that there's some type of biological limitation in regards to multiple partners. Men can do that. Women, not so much. So that tells you right there that if a man could have sex with 20 women and procreate in 1 year with 20 women, and a woman can only create one child a year, that's an obvious biological limitation. That means women should not be having multiple sex partners, but men, that's just your shit, and I think women should accept that fact. Like, that's the reality of the situation. And I think between these fairy tales and all of this extra shit that goes on in regards to romantic comedies and all types of shit that they just pump our heads full of to try to get us to believe, there's one certain way we all supposed to live. I think that shit is fucking up our relationships as well, because people aren't want to be in a relationship. They aren't even being themselves. They aren't saying, hey, I love you very much, but every time I look over there at this chick I work with, I want to hit that. Because that's normal. It isn't like, that's crazy. My husband says, this is what he says. He says, I'm married, not blind. I didn't, I still see beautiful women, but I choose to not cheat on you. I don't want that situation, because even though polyamory could be an option for us, at the same time, I don't want to see you with another man. And I know that if I decide to be with other women, then that means you get to decide whether you want to be with other men. And I told him, well, listen, I'm completely comfortable with it just being me and you. I'm completely comfortable with it. But I don't want you to be in a situation with me where you have no freedom. Like, I want you to be you. Like, I don't want you to feel to me or you in some type of cage. No, just do you and be happy. Okay, I could forgive physical cheating once, but not emotional cheating. Nah, to me, it's all the same. Emotional, physical cheating. Cheating is cheating. Don't lie to me. If you have some emotional feelings, Angela, you saying this, if you have some emotional feelings, to me, that's just as bad as physical cheating, because you're lying to me. It's selfish. Yes, selfish people cheat. Okay, Sydney. Denzel character cheats on his wife and the other woman gets pregnant. Oh, okay. Elaborate, please, Sydney. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the movie Fences, because I've never seen it. Me and my wife decided to be poly 3 years ago, and it has made us so much more trusting and honest about our true feelings. See, that's what I'm saying. That's good, Kevin. I try to tell people, being poly is not as bad as you think it is. Like, you're not gonna be, it's not gonna hurt as much as you think it is. It's actually a lot better. It, like, takes your relationship to a whole nother level. And when I try to explain it to people, they look at me like, you must be crazy. Like, I just can't deal with my wife or husband being with someone else. No, it gives you opportunity to be more honest and trusting. So it changes the relationship as a whole. Sydney, then the wife is left to take care of the child when the other woman dies because she is loyal to her husband. What? Girl, bye. Sydney, do you realize that has actually happened to men? To me, this situation that you're saying with Denzel Washington and Viola with the movie Fences, you're saying that Denzel's character cheated on his wife and then she had a baby, and so the wife had to end up taking care of the baby. That has happened to men. I mean, any man who decides he wants to be a stepfather, to me, that's kind of the same thing. I mean, the betrayal of the cheating is really screwed up. So it's a huge difference between cheating and dealing with what someone did previous to, the relationship that you're in now. But a lot of men have experienced that. So I think it can be kind of hurtful for a woman unless she decides to just take from it what she may. Like, sometimes I feel like life is going to throw some stuff at you, and you have got to decide, whether you are going to allow it to break you or not break you. Okay. Kev, monogamy is not biologically natural. I mean, Kevin, look why I'm calling you Kevin. It says Kev. I don't know if your name is Kevin, but monogamy is not biologically natural with a lot of animals and human beings. I think if you want to be monogamous, it's something that you really have to apply yourself to do. I mean, because penguins are just monogamous. That's just by nature. That's how they are. Biologically, that's how they are. And there's a lot of other animals who are biologically like that. But I don't know if human beings are biologically like that. I think they just try to make us intellectually like that. they try to make sure that we just make that decision to be monogamous. Son of L, that's why humans are different. We have social norms and moral constructs. Yes, that's what I was saying. We have the ability to bypass biological. I agree. That's what I was just saying to Kev. Like we are actually taught, to, or I think I don't even want to call them decisions. I want to call them restrictions. We are asked to do certain behaviors so there can be some type of order, the movie was trash. Oh, it was trash. Okay, I thought I'm gonna watch this movie. Candy, you're like, I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna watch this movie too. Like, what? I'm watching that movie just to see. Angela, it made me upset. The movie made you upset, or the situation that you were just telling me about? Mayweather's slightly different subject. Good morning, Mr. Kid. What's popping? Slightly different subject. Is a man better off getting what he wants from a woman by being straightforward when he approaches, or engaging in small talk or games for the next few days? I think you should be straightforward. Don't waste your time. And if she says no, move on to the next one. Because there's so many women for every one man. It's like more women than anything. So if you're a man and you are looking for something specific that the average woman would just say no to, just be straightforward and keep going until you find the right one. Angela, the wife chose the child and leave her husband. The child is innocent and shouldn't have been an orphan because the mother and father are wrong. Yeah, Mr. Kid, being straightforward is always better. Angela, you said the wife chose the child and to leave her husband. The child is innocent and shouldn't have to be an orphan because the mother and father are wrong. That's very true. I think that is a thing to do. I think that's a better thing to do. I think I would have chose that because I don't want another human being to suffer because of some inadvertent malfeasance from an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Sydney, he betrayed his woman's trust, then runs and be like, I have this daughter by another lady, but I need you to be my wife. Like, Negro. Well, Sydney, how the cookie crumbles. I mean, I keep trying to tell women, men think differently from women. They think differently. They do everything differently. Like certain things that don't make any fucking sense to us make sense to them. Like some stuff that's irrational to us, they think is logical, and vice versa. Like some stuff women do, men are like, what? That don't make no sense. But to us, it's logical. Like to me, I don't think a man should lie or omit information, but men will lie and omit information just to say they don't want to lose you, or they don't want to hurt you, or they don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want you to, just disappear. You know what I mean? So men will not tell you some shit. Hey, King Art. As a man, we have to have integrity when dealing with any woman. That's very true. But not every man does that. And that's what I'm trying to encourage, men to be a little bit more honest. Zorro, the extent of your cheating has to matter too. You cannot be a serial cheater and expect it to be okay. Example, that's a good example. That's a good statement, because I think the problem with most men is that they keep doing it over and over and over. Even if after the woman forgives them, they keep doing it over and over and over. Why don't you just marry a woman that's going to be okay with the situation? Because it's women out there. That's why I need men to understand. It's women out there who are very much comfortable with you just flat out being honest with them about the situation. Think about it. We're on YouTube. This is a guy on YouTube named Brother Polite. He got 3 wives, and they all know about each other, and they cool with it. Come on, man. It's women out there, and they attractive. It ain't like they 3 ugly ass women. They're attracted. So it's women out there who will be exactly what you need. There's no shortage of what kind of woman you need. You just have to be honest with yourself about what you want, and the universe will bring you the type of people you are. You'll be able to find your tribe. And that's one thing that I've always respected about the universe, is that, the type of people that you want, esoteric you are, or esoteric what you believe in is, the universe will just bring it to you. Like, you just have to be open to that. Mayweather's. Well, if I tell her I want to lay her down, that should be okay. Women aren't disrespected. Most men want sex, so why not be upfront? Well, yeah, I don't think telling a woman that sex is all you want is disrespectful. I think the way that you tell a woman that's what you want could be disrespectful. A lot of times men are horrible with their delivery, and they think because they only want to have sex with a woman casually that they also have to disrespect her in the process. Maybe, you know, treat her like she's second class or some shit simply because they only want to have sex. So that has women looking at, you know, the act of casual sex in a negative way, because men feel like, well, if you're not going to be my woman, or if you ain't my wife, I see no reason to show you a certain level of respect. But to me, that's stupid, because you got to really bare your whole body. You got to take off all your clothes. You got to be naked. You got to really just learn to relax to be able to have sex with somebody. Have sex with somebody, you know, you really got to let down your guard. So why not have respect for that person that you're doing that with, especially if you're doing it consistently. um Sydney, it was a good movie, but I was just done. I understand what you're saying, but it's like men justify everything that they do wrong. They do that. The lady was loyal to him for 18 years. She explains that she looks at men, but she would never do what he did to her. Yeah, I don't think Mr. Kid, she talking about Zell Washington and Viola Davis. Um yeah, that's really a little screwed up. But and I definitely agree about the whole men try to justify everything that they do wrong. But again, like I said, when we think shit is wrong or we think it's irrational, they think it's logical. They think different from us, and plus they look at their bodies. Do you know? It's like, I don't know. I feel like, put it like this: a vagina is a door, a penis is a key. The door is still going to be there if the key not. The door could still be locked if the key not there. You know, so I feel like as a woman, we have a more solid foundation than a man does in regards to our spirit and our physical, you know, everything. So anyway, make sure you like this video, you guys. Please donate. I know you see this little dollar sign. Hit me up in the chat, or you can go to bmagmobile.com and donate to my nonprofit magazine, Block 11 magazine. It's a nonprofit news media source. If you can check it out. Donations, donations, donations. I would really appreciate that. If you have any video topic suggestions or any relationship questions, you can email me at soncerae@gmail.com. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at Soncerae_XO. Okay. Again, donate, donate, donate. I appreciate it so much. Okay, Jerry Maguire. It's funny that that's your name. Hey, I'm from Australia. I just want to know what you think of Australia and white people. Well, I've been on YouTube for 8 years. There was this 1 year, for some reason, a whole bunch of Australian men were on my channel, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I guess think someone shared me, and they were always so cool. To me, white people are just people. They're like black people. I think white people are a lot nicer in regards to certain things, especially when it comes to positivity. If you look at my Instagram account, my Soncerae_XO Instagram account, all I do is post positive stuff all day, and the majority of my audience is white. I have more white people following me on Instagram than black people, and it's because I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm posting positive stuff and entrepreneurial quotes and success quotes all of the time on my Instagram. And if you got Instagram, go on my Instagram and look at my followers. They all white. Find a black person every, I don't know, 20 followers. Go down 20 followers, you see a black person. Go down 20 more followers, you see a black person. Everybody was white. Mayweather's. So if I've been talking to someone for weeks and say out of nowhere, let a real nigga get that, should she have gotten pissed? It was a joke, but she was pissed. No, that's disrespectful. Yeah, I would have been pissed. Been like, nigga, don't, like, you can't certain things you can't say to certain women. Like, it just depends on the type of relationship you two had. If you two have had like this jokey joke situation, then maybe to some degree she will be cool with that. But that sounds a little disrespectful. Sydney, so men are lost keys. It makes sense now. Exactly. Just think of it like that, and it helps you understand. Yes, they are keys. We are the door. Um, Antoinette Monroe, staying in a marriage after cheating numerous times makes the relationship toxic. Well, the relationship is already toxic if they cheating the first time. So the goal is to try to figure out why they cheated the first time, fix it, and try to, understand how to not make this happen again. Because for me, it's like, if I catch you lying, I catch you lying again, and then I catch you lying that third time, we're gonna have a problem with each other, because now it's starting to look like a pattern. Now this is a pattern. You know, in my opinion, cheating is when someone lies about sleeping with someone else while with you and doesn't set the boundaries beforehand. Exactly, Alexis. Exactly. That is very, yes. Because I mean, usually, like, when me and my soon-to-be husband got together, I'm so comfortable calling him my husband. It's hard for me to say soon-to-be because I call him my husband. Um, when we first got together, we set the boundaries. And as we continue to, date weekly, I try to make sure that our boundary is still solid. Now, once after a couple of months or a couple of years go by, I'll stop reinforcing this boundary conversation. But I have the boundary conversation with him often. So I can just know, where he stands in regards to our relationship. Because I don't want us to misunderstand nothing. Like, we was having a conversation just recently about him texting females. And um I don't text other guys because I really just, especially not guys that used to try to date me or anything. I don't have any reason to text them. So when I found out that he was still texting other girls, I asked him, I said, is there something that you need from these females that's making you want to still text them? Do you feel like you're getting everything that you need from me? Because if you don't, then go ahead and text the females. Let's just set that as a boundary, meaning if you're going to text these females, if I just so happen to text a guy friend of mine, then that's okay. We just both got to agree, as long as me and you agree on the nature of our situation, whatever kind of foundation it is. Alexis, so technically I'm polyamorous. I'm more concerned with lying than simply pleasures of flesh. Exactly. Kenzie, fuck that. Cheating is dumb. It is dumb. Leave, because if you stay, you're going to be in more pain. No, I don't think that. I think there's some guys out there that I know that have cheated on their woman once and never did it again. Especially in the beginning. Like, especially if cheating happens in the beginning of a relationship or the beginning of a marriage, I'm a little bit more like, okay, we're trying to work this thing out anyway to try to figure out what our foundation is or what our boundaries are. But once we have figured it out and once we have agreed and it's smoothed out, it's no need for you to do this behavior again. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I think that some people cheat and learn a lesson and realize it's not what they want and move forward. I don't think it's as cut and dry as so is a cheater. She's a bitch. She's a freak asshole. Let me just leave it. No, I don't think it's that simple. I think it's more complicated as you two build this wonderful relationship with each other. And it takes sometimes it takes some compromising and understand why someone would make the choice that they're making, and see what you need to change in your behavior, and just to help them feel more comfortable or feel more sexually attracted to you, or whatever the case is. I will never leave my husband. Cheating is not a deal breaker. So it's not really the cheating, it's the lying. And so yeah, polyamory is also not as bad as people think. Polyamory, people think it's like the worst thing ever because they don't really understand what it means. And I think that society has programmed people to believe that polyamory is like this negative ass thing. Well, really, it's a very helpful thing inside of a relationship. I mean, like, I was polyamorous for 6 years, and I had this one partner for a long time. I was with him for 4 years inside of that 6, and I kept saying, I don't understand why you lie to me about women when we polyamorous. You don't have to do that. And he was like, I don't know why I keep doing that. I think it's just off of a habit because I've been doing it for so long. with other women, and now that I'm with you, it's like a culture shock. So Kenzie, a lot of people aren't naturally monogamous. Yeah, someone was saying that in the chat earlier. Y'all gonna donate? I could have sworn I asked y'all to donate, and no one has donated anything. Like, I'm really starting to get a little frustrated with you people because I keep asking you to donate. Y'all only got $3. I mean, Jesus, you see the money sign. What does money sign mean? Send a super chat. Do it. Use it. Use the super chat. Antoinette Monroe, it's the constant lying when they're cheating. You know, my parents have been married for 40 years. Neither one of them have cheated. Some people do, some people don't. Cheat, find a partner that rolls the same. Exactly. If you polyamorous, find you a partner that's polyamorous. If you monogamous, find a partner that's monogamous. If you tell the man that he can text other females, well, if you tell the man he can text other females, don't you think he would take it as a setup? It's like you have something on standby to get him back with. Yeah, that's what a lot of men think. A lot of men think, and not unusual for you to be saying that, Zorro. Let me tell you why. Every man who found out I was polyamorous or found out I was as cool as I was, initially, he did not believe I was like that. He thought I was just saying it to set him up. like go out there and do what you do so I can get him caught up to see if that's what he truly wants, and then leave him if I find out that's what he wants. That's not the type of woman I am. I'm really just trying to find out what my man wants. And if he wants to entertain other women in a certain type of way, he just has to say that, you know. And so if that's what he wants, he has to tell me so we can both have equal rights in this situation. You can't just manipulate me to be one way, meanwhile you going behind my back doing whatever the fuck you want to do. If you want to do whatever the fuck you want to do, let me know so I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And what I want to do might not even have anything to do with other men. While you going around here entertaining another woman, I might find me a little side woman over here and do me some little stuff with her. It doesn't always have to be a man, because you know, anyone who knows me knows I'm bisexual. So whatever it is that I choose, I just want to have the freedom to choose it. And I want my husband to also have the freedom to choose whatever he wants. I don't want him to feel like he's caged in. That's my biggest thing. So it's not really a setup, but men think that when I tell them initially, bullshitting around until I show them I'm cool with it, you know. The only problem I would have with the poly relationships is other bitches jumping stupid and trying to be in competition with the wife or something. Well, here's my Sydney thing about that. Okay, the only time a side chick or a chick who is also inside of the relationship, usually they don't have the competition mindset, because the type of people who do that type of thing, polyamorous people have a different mindset. We don't think that way. So we don't think, you know, a side chick would not be thinking, hey, you know, let me try one up the wife. She's thinking, oh, I'm very comfortable in my side chick position, because that's what she wants for her life. So it's not that she wants to be in another position. If this man is very, if these people, not just this man, but if these people are very selective about who they choose to have this type of relationship with, they're not going to pick someone who would be like that. They're going to pick someone who is comfortable in their position. You know what I mean? It's hard to find a monogamous person because people wear masks. How do you go past the mask? Hey, Montel. It's not that it's hard to find a monogamous person. The problem is trying to find a person that isn't wearing a mask. Okay, because see, here's my thing. A monogamous person will go around and say, hey, I'm going to have casual sex with no feelings, because they're trying to adapt to the environment around them, because so many people are going around saying they don't catch feelings, they don't blah, blah, blah. So a monogamous person will pretend that they into that casual shit just so they won't be alone. Is there sound? Yes, there's sound. I'm sorry, bae. Bae, bae. If they've been together 40 years, trust me, they cheated on each other at one point in time. You know what's funny, bae? When I read that the person said that their, I don't know whether it's their grandmother or someone was married for 40 years and they haven't cheated, I was like, somebody done did something inside of that marriage. Somewhere. You may not know to what extremes, or they may not have been, extremely open, but I'm telling you, they have done something inside of that marriage. Everyone doesn't cheat, especially those of us who are into the swinging lifestyle. Bomb Cherry. Now, here's the thing that's interesting about you, what you just said. You just said everyone doesn't cheat, especially those of us who are into the swinging lifestyle. People think swinging is cheating. They don't realize that swinging is a married couple teaming up with another married couple and swapping partners on a consistent basis. They don't realize that swinging isn't cheating. And a lot of people think that that's actually disturbing, but they don't understand. Swinging has a lot to do with friendship. It has a lot to do with, people, like what I noticed with swinging couples, they're actually really happy. Like they are the happiest, coolest, like easiest people to fucking talk to. And they're a couple, like I've been to parties because I used to work at the swingers club. I've been to parties and I've seen like couples just sit down with their other couple and they just sitting there laughing and hee and hot and just for a long time. Ain't even nothing new. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I've seen it and they're so happy. Like, and it's not even that it's considered an open marriage, because usually when I see a couple who's swinging, they're like committed to another couple. It's just them and that couple. It's not them and another couple and another couple and another couple and another. No, it's them and that couple. It's like fucking, what's the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? It's like Inception. That couple, that committed couple, is committed to another couple who's committed to that couple. It's like interesting to watch. I don't know. So anyway, I just feel you truly know, Ezekiel. I just feel you truly know the value of your relationship when you know you've been through hell and back, and both parties still together through it all. Well, I tried to say this before. The guy that I'm dating now, my soon-to-be husband, if you haven't seen him, he's all over my Instagram, all over my Facebook, all of my YouTube videos as of recently. And he used to be married. He was married for about 8 years. I asked him because, a lot of people think that men don't feel some type of way about divorce, but I'm here to tell you that men do feel some type of way about divorce. And I was asking him, what did he feel negatively about? He was like, well, me and her have been through so much together. And he just started naming things, right? And I said, you do realize that marriage is not supposed to be, oh, all of this horrible shit that we stuck together through. Marriage is supposed to be something that you're happy majority of the time. And I think a lot of people think, well, if we went through all of this negative stuff and we still together, that must mean our relationship has some value. No, just stuck around each other for convenience or whatever the case may be. Marriage is supposed to be more pros than cons. It's supposed to be happiness and joy, and that's why y'all stuck together for so long. I mean, I think the first 3 years of marriage, if your first 2 years of marriage are in complete turmoil for 2 to 3 years, y'all need to get a divorce. Y'all need to get a divorce, because that's your prerequisite right there, especially even inside of your relationship. Like, I know some people who've been in relationships for years, 3 years, then get married, and then their marriage was horrible. Like, to me, if you can't be in a relationship with somebody for 3 years, I think you should be married a year, then get married. Why would you be together for 3 years and not married? I don't understand why people do that. Because I feel like as a man, if you haven't figured out in your mind that this is somebody you want to marry within a 6 month to a year period, then don't get married. If it doesn't hit you in that year, don't get married. Because you could be engaged for a whole year. You could spend a whole year planning a wedding. So why be in a relationship for 3+ years first, then get married? That says a lot right there. Like, I don't know. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Let me catch up. Again, make sure that you donate. I'm not seeing anybody purchase any super chats over here. I'm feeling emotional. You guys, really, I'm about to cry because instead, why you don't donate? Like, you don't like this conversation? What's going on? Okay, for real, seriously, donate. All right, or send me something to PayPal. If you don't want to do the super chat, send me something via PayPal. Okay. You can send it to theblock11@gmail.com or theblock11@gmail.com. All right, just donate. Oh my god. Okay, so Clint, you're saying you would know in a year whether or not you should. You should know in a year. Some couples have to. Some couples know the value of their relationship without having to go through hell. Yeah, you shouldn't have to go through hell to value your relationship. You should feel safe in your marriage. Exactly, Bomb Cherry. You should feel safe and good in that shit. You shouldn't feel bad. Like, Montel, did you really just donate? Stop. Not you. You my real friend. I'm gonna bust your head. I didn't mean you, but thank you. Thank you for being an example to these people. Now you don't have to donate $20. Montel is just donating because he's silly. He's been my friend so long. He's just donating. You could donate $3, $5. Okay, so Clint, yeah, I think you should know in a year. People flip on you when the ring is here. That's what I heard, Kenzie. I heard people say they flip beginning. You know, I think people should start listening to their gut. If your spidey sense is telling you that something ain't right, some shit ain't right, man. In our 29th year of marriage, what? Only knew each other 6 months before getting married. What? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, like I keep trying to tell people, your instinct just tell you. Like, it's not like you could date people and you get a little doubt and you're like, if you feel that little bit of doubt, it ain't right. It ain't right. When you just know. You just know. It's like, it's like your gut or instinct is telling you. Men know if they want to marry you the first time they meet you for the most part. I heard that too, babe. Congratulations, Bomb Cherry, for that 29 years of marriage. You better get it, girl. Montel told me so whatever. I'm just saying, thank you, Kenzie. See, Kenzie donated $1. Now, Kenzie is a good example because Kenzie really don't know me like that. And he like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give her $1. Montel, you know me. You've been my friend so long. I'm mad you donated. I'm so mad. Okay. Zorro, I think that cheating is highest when the couple is young, but the older you get, the less you cheat. What you think about that? I don't agree with that. My friend, who he like 47, this nigga still don't know how to chill out. I'm like, yo, you almost 50. And you can't chill. Like, would you just chill? Golly. Montel Thompson, I'm all about supporting the entrepreneur and the cause. Thank you. And yeah, he all over IG. Yeah, my future husband is all over my IG and my Instagram. All up between the I and the G. I know, right? You tell me you should get married, Montel. Why you playing? Why you playing? Bomb Cherry, I had sex with him on the first date. What? You lying. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Okay, I might believe you. I might believe you. Oh, well, I'm looking. Bomb Cherry, you saying the super chat is only on computers. I don't see an option. Well, it's just that $sign because I'm looking at the live chat on my phone. I'm not looking at it through the my computer. I'm looking at it through my phone. And when you open the live chat, it's like a $sign right there. Like where you chatting at? That you don't see that dollar sign? For some reason, it's, I don't know. This super chat thing is a new feature too. So I been trying to figure out, do I want to encourage people to use it or not? Because I mean, I like my PayPal. I like my PayPal link. You know what I mean? Like that's safer to me. I don't know. I think this super chat thing is through YouTube. And yeah, YouTube give me a check, but they give me a check monthly. Oh, they've been killing me on that advertising, by the way. Oh my God. Anyway, Kinsey, let me read. I heard women cheat more than when they are young because the ball more in their court. Then they cheat more as they older because the ball is more in their court. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. The Ron Williams only on Android, not on iPhone. Oh, okay. So y'all can't see the super chat dollar sign on iPhone. I didn't know that. Oh, you on your iPad. Okay, Cherry, Bomb Cherry, if you're on your iPad, you might not be able to see it. I don't know, because this thing new. But I got a PayPal link in my long description box, not on this video, but on like other videos. Because when I do live streams, I don't even think there's anything in the description box. I don't know. Bay, congratulations, Sunshine. He's the lucky man. Thank you. I am so lucky. I am the lucky one. It took me a long time to be in the right place for him to come along. Me and him talk about that all the time. We talk about how we must have been going through whatever we needed to go through in order to grow enough to fit perfectly for each other, because we fit perfect. Like we agree on so much stuff. It's weird. Like I never agreed with someone so much as I agree with the guy that I'm dating right now. Never, not even close. I mean, we dress alike. Like he'll hit me up and be like, "Yo, what color you wearing today?" And we'll match my outfit. That's the type of stuff he does. Like he likes to, like I like to watch the stars and stuff, and I like to go on picnics, and like the other day we went to this celebrity basketball game, right, for charity. What you want to do after we leave the charity? This Negro says, I want us to have a picnic. Maybe we can get some smoothies. I was like, what? Like, because usually men don't want to do stuff like that. And usually men don't take care of their body as well as he does. He takes very good care of his body. He don't drink anything but water. He might have an alcoholic beverage. Sometimes, I mean, oh my goodness, he eats so healthy. He takes care of his skin. And plus, I've never dated someone who had dreads before. I used to be anti-dreads. And he has like all of these dreads. Thanks, Bomb Cherry. Hit me up on the PayPal because I like PayPal better. Yvette, communication is key. Definitely, communication is key. And me and this nigga communicate like it's nobody's business. Like we talk all the time. I'm surprised he hasn't texted me through this damn live stream. Well, he might be watching. Cut off. Damn, I ran out of phone power. Hold on. Let me plug up my phone. Wait. Okay. I can't see the chat right now because my phone. All right, but yeah, so I'm blessed to be in the type of relationship I am in right now. It is a awesome relationship. I got lucky. I got lucky, ladies. Um, yeah, I don't plan on leaving him. He swears up and down that I'm never gonna be able to find a man who is as wonderful as he is. And you know what? I think I might agree with that. I might agree. My IG is. Let me put it in here. That's my IG. My IG is Soncerae_XO. For those of you that want to follow me on Instagram, please make sure you like this video. Please make sure you donate. My PayPal link is on somewhere else. Oh, you know what? It is actually in here. It's in my long description box. Contribute and help build my nonprofit multimedia company from the ground up, Block 11 Communications, Inc. The link is there, or you can visit me at www.bmagmobile.com. Yeah. Bomb Cherry, I am very happy. I am the happiest. You have no idea. I've never been this happy inside of a relationship ever. I'm not even playing. I am dead serious. I have never been this happy inside of a relationship ever. I have never been treated like this man treats me. Oh my God. And fellas, you need to do this stuff. Like if you don't do this stuff, please do this stuff. There's little things that he does that makes the relationship the best. Like he refuses to let me touch a door. A door, he gets angry. All right. He doesn't like for me to be cold. He hates that. He doesn't like for me to be hot. He makes sure I keep my word about what I'm eating. He exercises with me. He like this one girl I know in Atlanta. She was significantly overweight and she just started going through her weight loss transition and she's lost about 50 pounds. And she was saying guys that used to didn't like her are now looking at her wanting to kick it. And I told her, if he didn't like you when you was big and fat, don't be with him now. Because I'm about 180 pounds, which is way too much for my height. I'm 5 foot even, so I'm supposed to be like 130 pounds. So I got a big set of breasts. I'm still a nice looking woman, but at the same time, I am like a little, thick with it. He rubs me down like it's nothing. Like he touches my fat parts and everything. He rubs me down like I am a motherfucking genie lamp and infinite wishes are about to come out. He does not look at my body and say, oh, I can't touch that. He plays in my hair. Even when my hair, like I have natural hair. So my hair is like all over the place. You hear me? It's everywhere. Puts his hand all up and through it like it is nothing. Even when it looks bad. When I'm not wearing makeup, he still look at me as beautiful as he did when I have the makeup on my face. Fellas, do this stuff for your woman and I swear to God she will treat you like a king. These little things. These little things. And I mean, I've already taken him to see my family in DC. We already been to DC. We going to meet the rest of his family next weekend in Savannah. I mean, we just have I can't explain this to y'all. I cannot explain this to you. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you know how many videos I've made about experiences that I've had with men, with them doing something as simple as lying to me, and I've never even been able to forgive them for the small lies. This man, oh my God, one time and damn near like he took it harder than me. Harder than me. I was like, this dude is like really upset at his own lie. Everything that he can to try to rectify that situation. And it's just, I'm happy. I just can't explain it. So anyway, why would you want to do that? Yvette, why would I want to do what? I missed it. Bae, that comes with weight loss. Back then you didn't want you, now you skinny, they all want you. Horrible. Yeah, you like me. I don't know why you like me so much, Martell. I don't know why you like me so much. I think it's because I'm just goofy as hell and I just be laughing. So anyway, I gotta end this live stream. Thank you guys for tuning into the live stream. I really appreciate that. A lot of people are suggesting that I do live streams all the time, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I really appreciate you watching. Again, thank you for the donations for the Block 11. Block 11 is something I've been working on for such a long time, and we are trying to raise $10,000 in order to move into a new building in the city of Atlanta, because the building that we're in is kind of small, so we can't do our youth programs, our photo shoots, our radio air stuff, or nothing as building. So we're trying to just get $10,000 together. We're doing car washes and fundraisers and fashion shows. I have a fashion show on on August 19th. It's just so many things that I'm doing. So I appreciate it if you donate. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you have any video topic suggestions or relationship questions, visit me at Soncerae.com or email me at Soncerae@gmail.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Soncerae_XO, okay? Have vision and stay focused, guys.